Kelvin, Zach Harris.
All right.
How are you?
Richard?
I know, we go back a long way.
Oh, yeah.
Since '86, how were you?
Graduated in the year. I started in
Yeah.
In what year?
How are you good? You're
That's
taking
78.
high-speed tail right there now.
I don't know what's going on this morning.
Somebody busy weekend.
Let's see,
Big CT. Yeah, he was moving on, they said. Go east. Worried about it.
Yeah, this is awesome.
I got everything. Did he just clean all the dirt out?
Because I had to pick something.
She does it every other year, but I still have that. And Shannon Bailey wears the show habit. Yeah. Anyway, my dad looks. And I'm just gonna.
Good morning. Young County Commissioners Court will now come to order. Sitting in a regular session Monday, May the 10th, 2021. It's 9:32 a.m. Make note that this proceeding was posted in the manner and for the time required, that all members of the court are present. And if it's convenient, please stand and we'll ask Commissioner Wilder to lead us in our invocation and our pledges.
Father, we come before you today, we just want to thank you, Father, for this day. Father, we want to thank you for this opportunity to serve, Father. Father, we just ask that you be with us today, be with us in our meeting, Father. We just pray that your hand be upon it. And I pray, Father, for wisdom and all that we say that all we do. Father, we just ask you to continue being with our federal, state, and local governments, Father. We just ask for your hand to be with them and all the decisions that they make, Father. Be with our first responders, Father. We just pray blessings over them and their family. Father, we pray blessings over those who've lost their loved ones. Give us, Lord, we fail you, and we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Thank you. Please be seated. One note here, we try our best at least to live feed these meetings to YouTube, and I believe we've successfully accomplished that today. I'm not sure. I believe it is. We have a call-in number if for anyone that's viewing this meeting, if they would wish to call in and make any comment on anything that's on our agenda today, or announce anything that they may have that might require no action. The call-in number is 221-2107. We'll move to public comments, announcements, presentations, these are no action items. Give you a latest COVID update that I have anyway, and this is as of Friday, I believe. In Young County, there has been, well, with Young County Medical Facilities, there's been 13,073 tests. 10,260 have been negative. 2,809 have been positive. There are 4 pending. Total active cases that have been tested currently at Young County are 10 positives. Of those 10 positives, 7 of those are actually Young County residents. There's 10 isolated at home, none in the hospital. We've had 2,755 recoveries, and I think last week I reported 45 deaths. Actually, that's 44 from the start. So that's my COVID update for the meeting. We have receipts of hotel occupancy tax, a report for February, $1,892.15. That's from the Wildcatter. And for March, $7,642.02. Both of those figures from Wildcatter Resort south of town here. I believe that's all I have there. Looks to me like the Lions Club had a pretty successful carnival. I think this was the first year that it was over on the west side of the square rather than on the east side, east and south. This was the south and west. Since the city has moved its city hall facilities, prevented that carnival occurring where it's been for the last 25 or 30 years, I guess. It just shifted around the other side of the block. Actually, I think it went pretty good. May have even been better. Does anyone else have anything to need to add here? Kip? Yeah, we have a guest here. We have Mitch Kip. He's in the Wichita Falls field office and representing Mr. Senator Drew Springer. You can come on up here a little closer, Kip.
Yes, I just want to give you all a little update. I'll be coming to y'all's meetings every once in a while, but so a couple of his things he's been saying is everyone wants to rein and empower the governor, especially after over here. Stop the defunding of police departments, protecting the Second Amendment, making Texas a sanctuary state, protecting religious liberties, and building on election integrity. He also wanted to note that he helped co-author the Heartbeat Bill, and they are at the point in the session where they're working on the big ticket items. So if y'all have any questions.
Ain't smiling, ain't nothing.
I know y'all are pretty upset about Senate Bill 10.
Let's go with it.
Now, the thing is it's got 93% public support. So it's unlikely that we're gonna have to budge on it now. I know y'all think it's gonna hinder y'all's ability to get in contact with the senator and stuff like that.
We'll challenge you on that 93% support. Where are you getting it from?
It's just from the,
I don't really think the public understands that
They
legislation.
don't understand it.
You did a telephone call, a poll, and you didn't explain it. And you made it a broad statement, just like they always do. But we'll challenge you on that 93%.
but
SB 10 is still in the calendars committee in the House.
yes, sir.
Where it needs to stay. Actually. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed there in that, but I hope it it stays there, it doesn't get out.
What is your thoughts and what's his thoughts on trying to fix it to where we don't have a voice, especially in the taxation part of it? Or
Well,
being
they
able
have
to
a
hear.
direct line of communication to his office through me or straight through his number. Y'all should be able to contact him whenever he needs to hear anything he needs from him, so.
Well, that's just one person though, but, you know, we may have several people who want to talk or speak or go before a committee or something like that, but, you know, it don't look good in y'all's area whenever you're trying to not be transparent. And they're the ones that really talked about being transparent about our taxes and everything when they put this other bill in place. And transparency to me is very important, especially in government. Because if it's not, then you look like you're trying to hide something.
It's not the case.
Well, that may not be the case, but it's what it looks like. I'm just saying, that's what to me it looks like. And, it's sad that when you have a place that you can go to, that you can't go walk in there and say, you know, this is what I believe, this is what I think. Because we all pay taxes. We all have a voice, and that's the thing about whether it's Senate District 30 or any other Senate district. The people is who they work for. And, you know, and I'm like Stacy, that 93%, it wasn't explained exactly what it's about. Because when you think lobbyists, you think these big corporations, which you're not touching them, they deal with millions and millions of dollars every year on lobbyists. They're the ones that's the mover and shaker. And our guys is dealing with local level, which y'all put unfunded mandates on us and don't send the money down the pipe for us to deal with them, so we gotta come up with money somewhere. But you're messing with our taxes, and you're messing with all kinds of different things. Even in the school side of it, you're messing with. But, I know you probably hear this everywhere, but you come, so you're gonna get earful.
That's my job. But no, we really do, have to take that into consideration, and I absolutely will pass it on to him.
Y'all are not shutting down all lobbyists. You're not shutting down the ones that whine and dine these senators and house reps. It's just the cities and counties.
And the school,
That have a
The
voice.
ones that are very important.
they're very important.
Yeah, they're not shutting down oil.
We all are
Gas.
welcome to call us and call my number, call.
That's their money in the pocket.
Contact me right now. I understand.
Yeah.
So, and you said you had something about the constitutional carry too?
Yes, sir, yeah. How do y'all feel about constitutional carry?
You know, it depends on what the amendments on it says about whether they gotta do a background check or not.
Well, it's on there to do the background checks, I've been keeping up with that one. If it passes the way it is, I'm okay with it. If it stayed just wide open like they started,
Yeah.
no, I
Well,
wouldn't.
it wasn't either.
Well,
Yeah. And then you gotta have some kind of checks and balances.
Right, I mean, if you took all on a traffic stop, you were taking a lot of the way it originally was wrote, you took away a lot of our policemen and our deputies' abilities. But now that they've added the amendments, it's not so much that way. I could go with it the way it's set with the new amendments.
The other thing I want you to represent back to him is on these bills that these big towns like Harris County, Dallas County, Terry County, all them bring into us. They may work for their county, but they don't work for our county. If they want to put 250 down, we go right back we're doing right now, but anything from 250 up, let them be the ones to do their little thing. But one size don't fit all. Never has, never will.
Well, I'll pass all that back to him. I'm sure you'll
The
get it.
election bill, was it HB 7 or SB 7? Which one?
It passed it,
Yeah, I did.
but it's waiting on whether the federal court's gonna see if they can even do it. Really, that's gonna be in their hands, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna cost us money. Good
About
bit.
$200,000.
And like another provision or another bill there that's associated with it. That will call for us to have law enforcement at the polling place with cameras. This will cost us a lot, of money, and there's none of it funded, it's all unfunded mandates. Lots of them in these legislations.
I understand the safety of it, but I don't understand how we're gonna pay for it.
And that's what it is. We understand this, when this bill passed, if it goes through, our existing machines are gonna have to be sent in and have retrofitted different items to be able to use them. And it's gonna be able to take a paper ballot, slip it in there and do its thing.
Huh.
Yeah.
And why we can't pass the ID thing, I don't know. Verified for citizen eligible vote.
Well, like I said, I'm gonna pass this all back to him. I'm sure y'all will hear from him, but until then, if y'all have any questions or want to contact the office, give me a shout. And he's pretty good at turning around calls, so they usually get back to you within a couple days. But if y'all need anything, I appreciate it.
That's probably kind of needs thing. Item number 4. Consider county clerk minutes of previous meeting, that would be April the 26th, 2021. Are there any additions, deletions, or corrections?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Rogers to approve those minutes as presented. All in favor? Item number 5, consider treasurer's financial report and updates on security pledges.
I have March all balanced. There's nothing earth-shattering in there, just everything's good.
This is through
It's March.
March.
There's all the details in there. If you have any questions, you can contact me.
And it looks like we've got, pledge
Yeah, the
of
pledge.
about $168,000.
How does our sales tax do?
It was down a little bit, but still nice.
We're still above what we.
What we projected, yes. But they're not over 100 like they were for a while. We haven't got April yet. April would have been March. I don't have anything else to report.
So we will financial report.
Second. Question? We have a motion by Commissioner Wiley and a second by Commissioner Preston to approve the treasurer's financial report as presented. All in favor?
They're going to include the update in securities.
Excuse me.
They're going to include the update in securities also, I can see
Yes.
it.
That's also with it. Financial report updates on security collections. Item number 6, consider auditor's budget amendments and vouchers payable.
We have vouchers payable, as always. The total today is $88,978.62. And out of the general is $77,266.80.
266.
And 80 cents.
So we move out.
And nothing unusual in the vouchers today, all little bills.
I'll second.
The bills added?
Little bill's added to $88,000.
Motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Rogers to approve the vouchers payable, noting that there are no amendments. All in favor? Any opposed?
Also, under vouchers, I had a voucher come through for out-of-state travel for a conference, and I think it's something that the court board does every 2 years. It goes to the National Court Reporters Conference, and this year it's in Las Vegas. And which the mileage is probably gonna be cheaper to fly than drive, but anyway, it's a $600 registration, which is unusual for the national one. So just to bring it before any out of state, I always bring to your attention. We need to tell her that.
When is it?
It's maybe her husband, the end of July. So, everything, hopefully with COVID, everything will be under control. But
She had one in her second motion plan.
yes, she does have the money in her education.
Move. No, I move that we allow the out-of-state travel.
I'll second.
Man?
Yes, sir.
All in favor? Any opposed? Item passed. Item number, where am I, 7? Item numbers, actually, not this, item number 8, we have on item 7. Consider extension agency December report and request for reimbursements. Penny Barron, $1,222.56, and Savannah Williams, $751.52.
Yeah, it's not December's report, though.
No,
It's
Well, I guess
April's.
that's for 7
I guess that would be,
April's report,
that's one way to see it. Make correction there.
April.
I'll move with the correction.
This is April's report.
April 2021.
Well, we're in May. This is,
We're through on the motion. Second. Roger, second. Okay, to approve reimbursement requests as stated, Penny Barron and Savannah Williams for April reimbursements. All in favor? Item number 9, discuss April activity reports for jail and sheriff's office. We don't have that today.
no, he's at the sheriff's conference, so.
The other one is Jason.
No action.
He said he would have somebody up here presenting.
Under Jason, high-speed Jason.
They're running Jack County when they come in.
Yeah, they were the runner.
Water runner.
Started on Flat Rock.
Item number 10. Discuss, consider application permit for Cross County Road to construct pipeline or utilities, specifically Hot Wells Road and precinct number 2.
I have no idea about it, but it is the phone company. I'm not sure what kind of cut it is.
Probably more, I think.
Yeah, fiber optic. I will not stop progress, so I'll move. Accept the application.
Second.
Okay, that's Brazos Telecommunications. Matt Brooks. On the motion, Commissioner Lottie on the side.
Yes,
That'll be a board, I'm sure it will be. All in favor of the permit across County Road, Hot Wheels Road?
sir.
Brazos Telecommunications. Item number 11, discuss and consider purchase of a 2021 John Deere 333G skid steer with trade-in of a Cat 299. That'd be financed with Stuart Cobb, or to be financed with Stuart Cobb at First National Bank. That's Mr. White.
Yes, sir. It's time to upgrade our machine, so we struck a deal. Done some trade, gonna finance her and get her done.
Is this a lease machine or own?
It's gonna be on, we'll own it,
Own it?
own it.
If you own the one, you do that?
Yes, it's paid for, yes.
Trade there.
41, 42 different trades.
What's the expected cost? I don't know, do we have paperwork on it?
Don't,
City grader.
It'll be in here quickly.
yeah, I should have the paperwork this afternoon. There's
Yeah.
supposed to be a difference of 40-something.
42, I think, something like that. Equipment is going up.
Sure it is.
Well, it still costs, cause it would go up to tell me.
Yeah.
Still.
Did we say what the expected trade-in value, what the cost of the vehicle?
Trade-in value is 35, the cost is 42, something.
The big paperwork to come, fall
Yeah.
sometime.
I'm supposed to have it out by this afternoon.
We're talking about $8,000
No,
difference,
42,000.
$2,000 difference.
Yeah. That machine's not cheap. That's not, what two when I bought the first one.
Who's second? Was it one?
I'll say it.
That's good. All in favor of purchase of skid steer loader? I guess it would be purchasing trade. Difference between a 299 Caterpillar 299 skid steer and a John Deere 333G skid steer. All in favor? I vote. Item number 12 is ratify lease purchase agreement for 2021 John Deere 972G motor grader from John Deere Financial for precinct 4. Yeah, you have paperwork on that.
Yeah, paperwork.
Yes, you
Did I do
signed,
that?
yes, sir, you signed it the other day. It had already gone through court
Yep.
and signed the contract.
So moved.
Motion Molly, I guess since I signed it, I'll second it. All in favor? Five oh. Item number 13, consider accept or reject offers regarding the sale of 10-foot modern Bardage mower on Gov Deals auction website.
And that closed
Stacy
at
Rogers.
8:30 this morning. When that time came in, it closed. The bid was $2,725. We had a $1,500 minimum bid on it.
2,700
25.
That's one of those packs we can get it.
Yeah, one way. Yeah,
One way.
one way.
It's anyway.
Well,
It's a pretty huge machine.
that's all been built on that.
Cost of replacing it, cost of replacing it's pretty good too.
Was it any good?
What's that?
Was it any good?
No, there was where you get fixed quick. I'll be glad if you really ever see it driving off. But it's $2,725 is a pretty good bid for it. I want to set that bid. And I'll
I
have
can't
to,
just go back out and spend that thing.
I'll have to replace it.
Not budget.
It'll take about 15,000 more to replace it, but it'll be a little bit of piece of equipment from next year. But, the move to accept will be at 27.25.
I'll second that.
12 foot lane, 12 wing,
On yesterday,
you know, voted new on that sale about last month.
oh, one of those, modern, the same brand.
It cuts good.
Yeah, you get parts for them. Yeah, and then I'm gonna have to replace it. I've gone out for, not building some doors for replacement, we're gonna be high to replace, but we gotta have a good Bardage mower. So, move to accept that. Yeah,
I'll second that.
well, I say,
Auditor Wiley to accept, let's see, yeah, to accept the Gov Deal bid at $2,725 for the modern Bardage mower, 10-foot modern Bardage mower. All in favor? Item number 14 is discuss, consider donation of property, Fort Bell now, Young County Museum, History and Culture. I've got Shannon's name on here, but I don't see Shannon.
She's got Presley family.
Yeah.
So we got, President of the board, Mr. Widener here. And I do, if y'all want to come up here, I do have their taxes in and I want to see stuff. So here's copies of it. Get that moved out of the, get rid of that.
We
eyesore
just
out
paid
there.
rent on that again.
I'm not talking about the stuff, I'm talking about the container.
Okay. Who's first?
I will make that motion.
We're done talking about what.
You want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Well, I've got, I can't remember, it's 12 or 14 of the old museum cases sitting in a storage container that I'm not gonna use again. They are in need of display cases, and so I just figured that'd be a natural move to do that.
Now we can get rid of the storage.
And then we can get rid of the storage.
We've been all the way around.
Yeah.
And we're paying $150 now rental on the storage.
You don't have a location?
We do not have a location as of yet. We narrowed it down to about 3. So we have filed our paperwork, we've got that done, we started collecting artifacts. But we do have a location, it would be nice to already have these display cases, because we do have a place to store them. And that way we can go right into operation and start sharing the history of this county that people don't know and ought to.
Okay. Got all your 503C stuff done.
Yes, sir.
I'll make that motion,
Okay.
we move on.
I'll second
We'll need to do this in a contractual manner. And you come to me, we'll work up contract if there's something.
And he says he's got stories too.
About exchange, you know, stuff.
That'd be great, thank you.
Some kind
We appreciate it. I know Shannon does too.
of, probably $7
Tell her our prayers are with her.
Yes,
Let
sir.
me know when, cause I got a check going out to them for them today.
Pruitt Wiley. Motion.
We're going to do motion. Transfer of property, at least, guess what it's going to be.
Pruitt, Lee.
True.
Pruitt Wiley. Yes. Yes, sir.
There's a transfer. Transfer of property by contract. Who is it? Young County Museum. With history and culture. All in favor? I will. Okay, we'll roll that stuff off and get it passed back and forth. It'll be pretty simple. Item number 15 is discuss, consider the purchase or something different of ankle monitors. This is going to be in regard to our mom supervision office that Cliff Blackstock oversees. He's out of ankle monitor.
Good morning. Basically, we've got 10 ankle monitors that we purchased back in, I believe, December, January. I never expected at that time that I would have more than that on ankle monitor. Currently, today, I have 9. Last week, I was up to 12, but in a matter of a day, I've got 3 of them back. But, you know, we're looking at the same situation where it's a little bit cheaper on us. If we purchase them, we'll get more money back. He can sell them to us at $604.48 a piece. And if we purchase them, the monitoring cost is $2.60 a day. And if we rent them, it's $3.50 a day. 84 cents a piece. You know, you average about 10 units per month that are out, you know, you're looking at $250-something a month, so in about 2.5 months, you're probably getting it.
You charge $5 anyway,
Yeah, we charge $5.
whether it's $3.50 or $2.66.
I'm sorry?
Whether it's $3.50 or $2.66.
Well, that's taken out of that $5.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
your view on.
DA's office see more in the future.
Yes, sir, I see a lot more coming. If I can add briefly, I want to come in and say, these are not state jail felonies that these are being used on. These are being used on first and second degree felonies. These are being used on sex offenders. And these are being used on people who are accused of sexual crimes, violent crimes. I think, if you're on a first degree felony and you've got a drug case that's pending, that occasionally will occur. In fact, I think out of all of them, I think last week we identified that only one drug case was being used for, these were being used for that, but at the end of the day, the vast majority of them were people charged with sexual crimes and violent crimes.
We also monitor misdemeanor things too.
Yeah, as well. Well, Judge, I'm living in a little different world. I mean, I gotta give them the history.
I don't know if there's any question there about, the question is around purchase and how many.
Well, we just came into a case where we picked up, 4 or 5 defendants and ankle monitors were ordered in one night. Okay, and so if you've got one on the shelf, you're hoping that nothing comes through where somebody is going to need those. But I think you've got people that are trying to post bond, and they're posting bond on everything else, and they're doing everything else, but they're having to wait for ankle monitors. And so there's gonna be a problem with that.
Well, then how many do you want on the shelf?
That could vary anywhere from 5 to 15, 5 to 10.
On the shelf?
Yeah. I mean, it's just like last week when we got those 4, I had 3 of them calling me saying, put my name on that ankle monitor. Well, I can't put a name on the ankle monitor. It's whoever walks in with the money that's gonna get it. One of them did get out. The others are still sitting there right now. And I had ordered those. I've got 6 ankle monitors in my office right now because I ordered thinking that these 4 kids were gonna be getting out of jail. So I'm gonna probably be sending those back.
You want 5?
I think that would be a fair number.
5 to 10, I mean,
How many do you have on the shelf today?
right now I've got 6.
6?
That's 18.
How many do you have out?
9.
No, out, 6 on the shelf.
And we own how many of those?
10.
And so 5 of those are rented.
Right. And see, what we also had was we had one that went to Tarrant County. Tarrant County cut it off and they lost it. Well, until the district judge got involved, they didn't seem to be interested in finding it. But once Judge Bristow called them and told them, it miraculously reappeared on the desk.
Didn't you have one disappear on Gregory Street in, not named after me, in Fort Worth?
Sure. That was several years ago,
Yeah.
and it's still gone.
And it's still gone. That was just, they got bonded out, went to, unfortunately, Gregory Street in Fort Worth and cut it off, and it disappeared shortly thereafter.
Was that a sign? Was that a sign?
It didn't come back to me, I promise. My possession. But here's the deal, the 3 younger people that are currently have bonds that I consider fair are filing motions to have bonds reduced, and we're gonna be having contested hearings because we have no intention of agreeing to lower bonds on those people. And so there's a possibility bonds could get lowered, so you're gonna instantaneously lose 3 off that shelf right off the bat.
Well, it's kind of a rhetorical question, but how many would you say?
I would defer to Cliff. I mean,
Obviously, you're going to say as many as we need.
yes, sir. Without renting and without having to pay for it. I mean, we have an obligation, once people can make bond, as a county, we have an obligation to make sure that they're able to actually bond out. And if they're being held on an ankle monitor, you may actually lose that as an option, because if I'm defending that, I'm filing a motion, say the ankle monitor is keeping them in jail. They've been able to post bond, and then you run the risk of having it be removed. And so that's kind of a danger I could see coming forth on some of that.
Do you want to rent them or own them?
It's cheaper to buy them, it's cheaper to keep them. I see the other side of that story is if they're sitting in there waiting to get out, we don't have one, it costs us more money.
Yeah, so what, however much it costs to,
So if we could
house
count
them.
If you're buying it, it's just sitting there and ain't costing you money.
10 more of them, I think, would be a secure number in that deal.
Well, like I said, I would have never thought a year ago that I would have 10 of them out today.
How much money are you going on?
And right now, I'm averaging a little over 6,000 a month.
How much is the monitor?
Have you recouped, have you recouped the amount of dollars that we spent on the first lot?
I did not say for 100%, I would figure it'd be either close, but
How many did we about 10?
10.
So they were at 5 something.
500.
So if we buy 10 today, you gonna, those rentals we got, spend them, that's gonna be 5 of the 10.
That's gonna be 5 of the 10. I just really said
Have any
about
idea how much coming in? Since you don't post in.
No, I don't, I could go pull that line, but I know I get a copy of the report every month and he's bringing in the money.
What bit of money?
I don't know how anybody can go in the hole.
Where you would take it
Contingency.
And I think we're collecting fees much better than we were.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yes.
People start realizing they can get over fees, so.
Well, they're realizing that if they're not, there's gonna be a warrants issue, they're gonna come back to jail.
So we're on top of that much better than we were this time last year.
I don't see this situation getting any better. I
It's
don't
not.
see, if anything, it's gonna multiply. from
Well,
what it is.
This
It's hard to
situation
be-
is kinda like the desk we have. We can't determine when we're gonna need them or how many we're gonna need. Just like the other night, we had a carload. You know, that's one incident,
Yeah,
Four
4 or
seven.
5 kids.
It's our duty to help protect the county too, and our assistance of that would help.
Jimmy, I beg to differ with any kids that are sticking guns in people's face.
Amen.
I agree.
Right.
May I then, brother?
My
Maybe
figure
excuse
is
Jeff.
also indicated that everybody else is in this
All right,
situation
y'all take
too.
care.
And they're having a harder time keeping ankle monitors in stock. So, I mean, if I call him up and say, I need 2 ankle monitors tomorrow, it could be a week or more before I get them.
And they started to pick people up on some of these warrants now too.
Right,
So it's gonna be an influx of inmates no matter where you're at.
right.
Either way, Lisa, purchase where the money gonna come from.
Contingency.
We'd have to move it out of contingency into the main ankle monitor line.
So 10 bracelets at
We'll be able to 6,000.
$4.48.
It's about $50.
Yeah.
This is part
I'll
of,
second your motion, Jimmy.
this is part of the bond supervision
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
department.
yes.
Yes, I'd move the money into that. We have an ankle monitor line.
Okay. But out of these 10, you're gonna take some of the rentals off.
It won't be rented.
There won't be rental.
They won't be rentals, we'll be purchasing.
Yeah.
So you'll actually just.
All we have to do is send you 5 more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good job. I'll second your motion, Jimmy.
But everything this has been doing has been helping us keep up with those guys and help, if we have any problems with them, other theft or anything else, then it's, you know, we got them firsthand, so that makes it even that much better.
But when you say they cut them off, they're still liable for that cost.
Well, plus we get that $400 deposit up front too. That if they cut it off, at least we're not gonna be out 600.
Then you're out 200. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you're squeezing water from a turnip.
Right.
They're still liable for it, they're still tagging with that.
Yes.
Is it destruction of state property when they do that?
Yes. Yeah, we can file on criminally or civilly. And like I said, we've got such better cooperation now with the DA's office. We're getting money out of it. And when they owe me fees, they go to court, they're paying me those fees in restitution.
can go pull that line right now and get back to Ainsworth and see it again. Okay.
Okay, we've got a motion by Commissioner Wiley, and a second by Commissioner Pruitt to purchase 10 ankle monitors that cost $604.48 each, and to move those funds from contingency to bond supervision officer.
Ankle monitor, to the ankle monitor. To the ankle monitor line,
Ankle monitors.
line.
Yeah.
And I'll wait to do that until I get the bill to get, I will do the exact amount.
All in favor?
Uh,
Okay, well,
Thank you, Clint.
Y'all have a good day.
We don't have a contract yet.
No.
item number 16, ratify lease agreement for 2021 John Deere motor grader, precinct 1.
Now, once we table it, we don't even have a contract on that yet. We're still ways out on that.
Okay. No action there?
No.
Okay, I'll discuss, consider department permitting. Harley came to me the other day, she, they'd asked her to do some kind of training session that evidently she's qualified to train, qualified and certified to do some training. It'll be about 3 or 4 county area around it, it sounded like. But it's going to be 2 or 3 days out of the office here. It'll be spent out at the sheriff's department. I don't know what keeper fee there is for that. $50 or something like that.
I think that, I don't know what they were gonna charge, but they
So
were
I
gonna
guess
charge them.
the question will be whether, to do, whether we want to charge anything for not having the office open for public use. To allow that kind of, thing to go on there.
It seemed like it was gonna be a Thursday, Friday, and a Saturday, and,
So, he was asking me, and I said, well, I'm not gonna take that.
but the sheriff's department will have to pay her out of their budget. If y'all let her use the Thursday and Friday, they have to pay her out of their budget for Saturday, and it's gonna be all overtime, because it's beyond her working hours. And I told Travis that, and I told Hardy, just however,
That works out.
how y'all work it out. Mhm.
I don't think it'd be any different than her being on vacation or something like that, so.
Pretty cheap travel, it's just gonna be out here.
Well, he's training some of ours, that need it too, saving money there, but then, so, whatever y'all wanna do.
I think it's a good idea. It's a service that we can offer those people at our place. It'd be cheaper on us, and also the other counties surrounding can come to it.
Other county's gonna help pay for the trainer,
Yeah.
coming to town.
Yes.
She told me how many she would expect to be there, but I can't remember what that number was. It wasn't a lot, but it was several,
Yeah.
12 to 15 or something like that.
You need a motion on that?
I don't guess I necessarily need a motion that, yeah, from, well, no, we don't need that. If you just say that's what you'd like to do, authorize me to give that option. If you say, take some holiday, you say?
No.
Just let it be a regular
I
work
say it
day.
wouldn't be any difference in her being on vacation or holiday or something like that.
For the office being
Of
closed.
course, the office being closed. I don't think she don't need to be penalized for anything of being able to be a service or something to our county.
But you've got an overtime issue there.
Well, what we'll do is charge the sheriff's department, she can turn in a timesheet for Saturday, and we'll charge their dispatch budget, I guess, for and I told Travis, I said, if, she's working out there on Saturday, that's not her normal duties, it's not gonna come out her budget, it'd be overtime
Yeah.
through them. And I either just have to set up something out of the dispatch budget and pay for overtime for her.
There's a line item there for their training facility too, I think, where they put money in.
Yeah, where revenue comes in,
Yeah,
in the revenue line, so.
I might just need to create one for,
What day it's gonna be on Saturday?
I mean, the way they talked when they were trying to set up was gonna be a Thursday, Friday, and a Saturday, and I said, well, no matter what they do, Saturday's gonna be overtime out of the sheriff's budget, because that's not anything normal, so.
Does she have an education
In the 911, yeah, but this is really payroll, not education, for her. I mean, we don't wanna charge her
yeah, but you.
911 line for overtime if it's for the sheriff's
Something like the
department.
sheriff's department. it needs to come
And we've done that before when,
She's getting educated.
no, she's the
No,
one
she's
teaching.
doing
She's the
She's
teacher,
doing
she's,
teaching.
she qualified
No.
as a teacher when she was working out there, and so she's qualified to teach this dispatch class.
This is through DPS.
Yes.
So, you move money out of SO overtime into something else?
No, we just go ahead and pay it. I think Ann can set it up in payroll, just pay her out of the sheriff's line for the overtime day, and then the other 2 days are just her regular work day. Yes, and that'll go into a revenue line for law enforcement in our O&O, our general revenue.
I think what Jimmy was saying, can you just pay her out of bed?
Now, I can't pay out of it because it's not a payroll line, but we will get revenue in there.
Okay.
It's all gonna come out in water.
Goes in here and comes out here.
It's all a check amount.
You just have to look for it.
Sheriff will be over, more than that before trouble.
He what?
Sheriff will probably be over more than that before trouble.
Maybe. They're trying to keep their overtime and stuff down in dispatch, and the last time I looked the other day, it was pretty good, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've had one quit that I don't think they've replaced yet, so.
Retention is still pretty hard.
Is there an overtime line in the, I don't think, particular budget, is there an overtime line in the farming department?
I'm not sure that there is in there,
I
but
don't have anything in it,
no. But we pay her out of the dispatch overtime, take it out of sheriff's budget for Saturday. And she can pay her regular pay out of the 911 budget, and then, or the permitting budget, and then pay that 1 day of overtime out of, like she was working in dispatch, which she's done that before whenever Joyce works for dispatch on a weekend. Joyce gets her regular pay here, and then she gets paid her overtime for what she
but
works.
that's all in that department. That's all in the sheriff's office.
Yeah.
There's different departments, there's the SO, the jail, and dispatch, but
Yeah, and Ann has to just put them in under both and pay it out of both, but I think she can do it. She's done it for other, even I think when Rebecca every once in a while would fill in out there, she would get paid for a weekend or whatever, a Saturday she worked out of the dispatch budget.
what about burn restrictions?
We get rain next 2 days.
Let's start tonight.
I don't think it's green.
Well,
Come on, my green.
I'm not really wishing away yet, but I got some things that sure would benefit. Missed a day, one day, back the next day.
I say no action tonight.
Who, anybody make an option? Who got an option?
I walked through it, I was too busy to stay down there very long Saturday. I worked concession, so I had to be up here.
Okay, I guess, if that's all, if there's not any other business that needs to be addressed by the court,
Second.
file for the adjournment, Pruitt for the second.
Hey, do you have the vouchers?
Hey,
I'll take it, get in to see.
City commissioner resigns. Is the judge appointed the commissioner, or is it?
I'm going to keep it going. Stay here all
That's up to the county judge.
I guess it's gonna have to make a decision.
Who's that?
Jack,
Yeah.
Park Bureau, starting to donate some money to the crisis center.
Are they, they have pretty good hoodoo over there.
it was 300 at the last
Yeah,
year.
it's not
Football deal.
I just wondered if you could have a bit of like a little store.
I know my nephew does that.
The ag was not an exemption, it's a, it's a evaluation. It's not.
I tried to set it up where it's not real sensitive. Oh, if they're coming back and
You're paying all the productive dollars.
I tried to keep it where it wasn't invasive to it, you know. I showed them what I was doing. That way, I don't do feel uncomfortable with it either.
Like, you know, in the feed store.
Now, if I do do that, I'm gonna vote. I got the way. Yeah, but there was. But,
Productive making out. That's a productive.
yeah, I showed it. Man, I said, they put it up to, I actually just stayed, come in and pass the pot on Saturday.
But there's, used to, whenever it's first set up, they classified it like.
Where were you?
Class 2 cash.
I was original.
I closed, I cooked hamburgers down the open, down the club.
I know
I ran out of cheese.
Then you're
Everybody
like,
cheeseburgers. We actually took and marked
Take it here, depreciation, fence lines.
So it
like
can't
that,
change those.
associated with that.
Because everybody got water,
That's
yeah.
where they're coming up with the figure.
Cooked 100 and, right at 100.
What the value of it is.
fun, isn't it?
I don't take time with it.
I don't care.
My leg hurts from it because I get standing in these boots.
Oh, yeah.
My ACL's kind of like tapped now.
Farmland, it might be probably.
Get new boots and then we'll do something like that where you undefeated. Just
Uh-huh.
had your ankle set.
Uh-huh.
Now, it's just, you got this right here and the bottom of that ankle. I can tell when I step.
It's just not really good.
But it's new boots, so it's straightening everything back out.
Yeah, that's
Walked over.
But they're turning around and saying, we'll give you this much money in lieu of that tax.
Really a 70%.
You can set the alarm off on that thing.
Yeah.
It's got the lights on it where you can light it up.
100%,
There.
they're giving you back money.
Pretty cool.
I got Nest out there. and it's in my office.
That's
They
a
put
capitalized.
numbers up and stuff.
Well, I did because I'll make sure my guys are working.
Approach,
And
I
I'll,
guess you
and
could
I'll
say,
talk to them, I can talk to them on it.
I can talk to them on this.
like how much you can produce off of.
I'm like, hey,
I'm there all the time.
it's not like
You
you
article about the guy in the theater,
I just need to know something like.
on the room, on the guy from Dallas, and then next to him.
Hey, that's what you do. Yeah, they
Catch
start
them
moving.
walking in.
Yeah.
I'll have one on the gate, I'll see them open the gate in the morning and we come in. I go, yeah.
Well,
He was up, yeah.
when I first got it,
Told him,
I had, Roy Royce still working. And I said, what?
Put him up.
Really?
You wanted some arrows out there.
It was
Fun
fun.
to let Jack Grass in the ring.
Yeah.
Is it watching you?
Yeah.
I did hear a little something about that the other day.
Everybody up on. But that's, see, people from Dallas, they need to go back to town and say, hey, they want to come here. I mean,
Yeah, John, go.
I did hear something about that.
whenever I smell that stuff going down the road, I think it's money, that's I guarantee you that small and big roads in Dallas County is a lot worse than what the county is.
I'm really.
Yeah, I couldn't believe what I was hearing there.
I'm trying one of these sponsors. I like to see where the prices are at close to buy after my trade-in. That might be the way to go, I'm having my trade-in later. They'll have a brand new old machine to go.
Yeah. 414. And if that don't work, then it'll last 3 digits, 720. Okay, it's gonna be 414. All right.
Well, what I was looking at was, if I go with Komatsu, do a 4-year note, I can make payments on that for the same as the weekend. So I just can't get out of it on this other one right now.
You figure out what you wanna do? Yeah.
John Deere called me the other day. We're gonna look at my old machines tomorrow.
No, you said he had, and I said, sure.
I got a feeling he's gonna give you a better deal on what they are there.
Well, I've seen the cat shows whenever it's coming. But last time that Cole come by, he had paperwork for Jack County, and he showed it to me, 254.40, 254.400. Say 255.
That's a joystick when they got all-wheel drive. See, he didn't show me one for a joystick that wasn't all-wheel drive for the police car.
255, right out the door. That's with the, and he told me yesterday, they just gonna do flat fee $400.
Yes.